Is privacy dead, as the media might have us believe? Are we dumb to trust websites? Perhaps their interests are not aligned with our own. Are we guilty when being private? Perhaps we should all be monitored all of the time. Well, research shows that we do care about privacy, with almost 80% of us saying we have strong concerns about our online privacy. And half of us are faking personal data when using online services to protect our privacy and security. And concern for our privacy is not age-related, with the young caring just as much as the old about their digital privacy. The wealthier we are, the more privacy we usually seek to attain, which Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg perfectly demonstrated by spending $30 million to buy his 4 neighbouring houses for privacy. Privacy is indeed a luxury, and the word private often prefixes high-status, aspirational services, exclusive services, such as private school, private hospital, or private plane. But the majority of people who find ourselves in day-to-day crowded conditions rely on purposefully pretending not to pay attention. We ignore people to respect their privacy, and we expect the same in return. And this subconscious self-delusion of privacy stays with us when we go online. And it's further enhanced by us normally being physically alone when we're on the internet. And of course, privacy is the law. In the UK, our right to privacy is governed by the Human Rights Act of 1998, which originated from the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. As such, the nothing to hide argument is based on a false premise that you don't have the right to privacy by default. However, the right to privacy is not an absolute right. Privacy is a qualified right, and as such, politicians are at liberty to reduce or modify our privacy rights for the purposes of national security, or public safety, or crime prevention, or public health. But changes to our right to privacy, or any other human rights, are almost always highly controversial, and are usually only attempted in times of actual or perceived national crisis, with the scale and duration of the change commensurate with the authoritarian tendencies of the government at the time. Given the politics of privacy, it's a welcome check on power that the courts are the ones who have the ultimate responsibility for deciding how our privacy interests are balanced. And the reason privacy is a right and a law in most democratic countries is because privacy is a basic human need. It's instinctual. Our sense of privacy starts at 18 to 24 months of age, when we first develop a sense of self, a sense that we are separate from other people, that we have the autonomy to make personal decisions, and not everything has to be shared. This process of forming our identity is often referred to by parents as the terrible twos. By the time we reach adulthood, our use of privacy to manage how we relate to others has become complex, pervasive, and mostly unconscious. Privacy is the expected social norm in many situations, and when it's violated, we usually have or receive a strong reaction. Privacy affords us the ability to demonstrate mutual respect. It enables us to create social boundaries based on different relationship types. It gives us the power to manage our reputation and have second chances for minor indiscretions. It gives us freedom from having to constantly justify misinterpreted actions. It enables us to have trusted, confidential relationships. It gives us the power of self-control over our own data. It empowers our right to freedom of thought and speech that may differ from the current political or social norms. It empowers our right to associate with others, to explore confidential or political ideas. And it provides a limit to political power, the authority for others to make decisions based on what they know about us. Because a government that effectively grants itself unlimited political power, power to deprive a population of its privacy, is a surveillance state. And living in a surveillance state is like living in a prison. Former citizens of East Germany that lived under the Stasi regime from the 1950s to the 1990s understand this better than most. And digital privacy remains a sensitive political issue in Germany today. When the General Data Protection Regulations, or GDPR, were welcomed into force in 2018, the privacy of EU citizens became one of the most legally protected in the world. But it would be a mistake for us to rely on the law to protect our digital privacy. The internet is evolving significantly faster than politicians around the world are able to comprehend, coordinate, or react. Tim Berners-Lee, the British inventor of the World Wide Web, has become a strong advocate for digital privacy. He believes that we should have the right to use the web in privacy just as we visit a doctor in privacy. Unfortunately, Tim's claim to fame was not originally designed with privacy in mind. But he and a whole host of other tech entrepreneurs are now racing to bring privacy-friendly alternative online solutions to market. Digital privacy self-defense solutions, if you like.